Yeah, I know. Well, come on, I've been waiting for a couple of years. This one's got double bags full of crap, pulling wagons behind me. No women are looking at me anymore. So I figured if I wear the Speedo, they'll be horrified. But at least they'll give me a glance. The only thing creepier than seeing a guy in a Speedo is seeing a guy in a Speedo staring back at you. You gotta get in shape for that. I like it. Get in shape for such a drag. You start just whining. If nobody wants to hang out with you when you're trying to lose weight. You ever hear your fat friend say something like, "No, I really shouldn't." You walk with your fat friend, you don't want to stop for some pizza? Hell yeah. You know, how many carbs after sex? Yeah, bro, you do. You ever feel like you're such a fat, disgusting slob that you just start exercising randomly in the middle of some other activity? You want to be your line of angle, all of a sudden, maybe this will help my. So when you get married, ultimately, all those years sitting around like an idiot trying to stay in shape, just trying to hook up. The Dolphins now. This is how they become. They were swimming with the Dolphins. Are the old Roman emperors at this point? I feel like swimming. Be a dolphin. Yes, we put these sunglasses on with a silly hat. They don't want to swim with us. When's the last time you were bobbing in the ocean and had a dolphin show up? Marco! He loves the massage too. Always sharing these dumb massages. Like, I love the massage. It's great. Just forget about your problems. Let your mind wander. It's wonderful. You know, it's wonderful for you to be a woman. I'm a man. Naked man. Being touched by a strange new lady. If I let my mind wander the way it wants to, it's gonna show. So the whole time I'm in there, I'm thinking about death and taxes, and slow dancing with my grandfather. I got out of there, so I didn't know when I went in. Yeah, that was great. Thanks a lot. I'll be back at 1 o'clock to send people to lose on my nipples. That'll be wonderful. I get time off. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm traveling all the time, all around the country. Zing, zing, zing. I get a day off. I'm home. I almost got stuck in Pittsburgh not too long ago. One of those moments where you're running through the airport like a jackass trying to catch your flight. Which anytime you run as an adult, you're a jackass. You don't even really remember how to do it. You just get momentum and your arms and legs kind of follow. He's hitting you in the ass, Smokey's running down your arm. You're not even worried you're going to run out of breath. You're worried you might die. Whenever I'm in that situation, I always picture everyone else rooting for me like it's an Olympic event. Oh, you can make it! You're not rooting for him. You want to see his arm go up, his ankle give out, and drop out of view. That's funny. It's fun watching other people suffer. It's evil, but it's funny. You're on the highway, you said you're cruising, no problem. The other side is backed up miles and miles in traffic. It's a good feeling, isn't it? I don't even enjoy this a second, but you always push the guy who's 10 miles back, doesn't see it coming. Hey! What do you do though? You take a bus? You can't ride the bus? You can't ride the bus. Bus is brutal. It would be so nice if you pick up all those other people. People on the bus. They went to Lynn or Louisiana. anybody else. You know, when I'm on that bus looking across the aisle, and I have a Santa hat and goggles, and he's looking back at me, we're thinking the same thing. Find someone to love, kids. That's all you gotta do. That's the whole secret. Find someone to love. That's it. They say relationships are built on trust, you know? That's a lie. Good relationships are built on paranoia and suspicion. It's true. Keep your partner in line. My wife loves me, wants to trust me. Because I'm fooling around on her in my own house while she's in it. The thing she asks me more than anything else is, where are you going? If I get up to get a cookie, where are you going? Just roll over in bed, where are you going? 2 o'clock in the morning in my underwear, getting up to go to the bathroom. She'll pop up out of a dead sleep. Where are you going? Where am I going? To have sex with the midget I stored in the medicine cabinet. And I know you ladies say you wouldn't have to ask all the time if all men didn't cheat, but all men are cheaters. That's a lie too. All men don't cheat. All men want to cheat. Really, really badly. From the first date to the 50th anniversary, it's this crazy DNA. I don't even know who I'm attracted to anymore. I know my wife thinks she knows my type. We'll see someone like Nicole Kidman on TV. Oh, you like her, don't you? You want to be with her? Yeah, I do. You know who else I want to be with? Everybody else. Brittany, J-Lo, Marge in the bank. Yeah, she's about 65. Has a wig, wears a red holiday sweater all year round. Sometimes I think about Marge, and it's dirty. The hardest part about finding someone to love is finding someone who you can even trust. Everyone's so flippant. Everyone's just lying, constantly lying. As soon as you hook up, I don't watch football or eat meat. I'm with you now. 5 years later, give me a hot dog. The game's on. Just don't be so picky. That's the thing. Don't be so damn picky. Everyone's waiting for their soulmate. I'm waiting for my soulmate. Oh, yeah, he's nice, but he's not my soulmate. Doesn't exist. Find someone you can tolerate. How about that? Really, just settle. Settle. They're settling for you, you settle for them. Find someone you can sleep next to without throwing up and marry them. It's true. We're all disgusting. We're all disgusting when we sleep. Everyone in here, different degrees, but you are disgusting. You are. You ever see your old pillow without its pillowcase? It looks like a bandage from the Civil War. Apparently, as soon as we close our eyes, we're leaking battery acid. My wife sleeps with her mouth wide open. She goes to sleep like an angel and ends up like a walrus. I don't know whether I should kiss her or toss fish at her. And she does that half eye opening just to scare the crap out of me.
That's Tom Papa. We're sending it to the CJD newsroom then, of course. More great comedy right here on the mighty 800 CJAD. That should be my phone number. Whoa.
I'm Dennis Chisholm of Chisholm Appcore, your window and door provider since 1956. And here's good news. 20% tax credits are still available for your new windows and doors. If you order your windows and doors now for spring installation, you can get a 20% tax credit and will also include free low lease with your new window and door purchase. Don't miss out on this great offer. Call Chisholm Appcore today at 514-364-1890 for your free estimate and to get things started. Chisholm Appcore, 514-364-1890.
Do you have to hold a memorial event at a funeral home?
Not necessarily. Like an event planner organizes a function in a location of your choice. At Keenan Family Funeral Home, we are professional funeral planners who work hand in hand with you to organize and stage a loving farewell in a location that is meaningful and convenient for you, your family, and your friends.
To plan a loving farewell at the location of your choice, call 514-481-5301 or visit lovingfarewells.ca.
Kane and Fairway Funeral Home. Unique farewells for unique lives.
Hi, I'm Max Petretti. Passion, skill, determination. These are key qualities of a great hockey player and a great home builder. That builder is Prestige. Prestige built a strong home, and we couldn't have made a better choice. Prestige's luxury home project in St. Dorothy has achieved a new standard of excellence. For high-end condos, check out Esprit and Val de Brise and La Perla in St. Leonard, where condo living is at its finest. For quality homes and condos, think Prestige. Visit Prestige.ca for more information.
You are unique. At Accent Insurance Solutions, you're more than just a number at some uncaring call center. They don't sell you just the price. Yeah, you can save up to 35% on your auto insurance, but that savings is based on the right product for your situation. Ask about your home insurance too. You may be surprised.
Accent Insurance Solutions. Auto, home, and business. The right solution at the right price. 514-363-3636. Visit us at accentassurance.com. We understand you.
Retirement? Retirement? That's for my parents. Retirement? Retirement can wait. My mortgage needs to be paid.
Retirement is here.
At the Garrett Simpson and Associates, we believe that by providing simple solutions to our clients' financial goals, we can better prepare them for the future. To learn more, visit us at myplanning.ca. That's myplanning.ca.
Gibby's, a magnificent setting 2 centuries in the making in Old Montreal, boasting historic original beam ceilings, cozy fireplaces, and romantic lighting. At Gibby's, you'll enjoy the finest seafood, fresh, plump, chilled oysters, choice of the freshest fish, and Gibby's expertly aged and exquisitely broiled steaks, an extensive wine list, sumptuous desserts. You can give the gift of Gibby's with a Gibby's gift certificate. Gibby's in Old Montreal, and in ski country in St. Cyr, 282-1837.
Now, updates from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center.
Here's some of your overnight road closures going around Montreal. The Jean Cartier closed completely until midnight tonight due to the fireworks demonstration. The ramp from the Ville-Marie West to the 20 westbound closed until Monday at 5 a.m. The ramp from the Ville-Marie West to the 15 south is closed until Monday at 5. And the ramp from the 138 westbound to the 138 west closed from midnight to 8 a.m. Detour via the Old Malone Highway and the 132. Boston's favorite brothers are planning to serving up some huge celebrity guests. The new season of Wahlburgers premieres Wednesday, July 15th at 9:30 p.m. on A&E. Traffic and transit only on CJAD 800.
If Aaron Rand isn't part of your routine, why not? The news and traffic you need. Great interviews.
No disrespect, but it would be worse than if you can imagine possibly what happened.
It was taken back in the donation.
Get a little fun.
Hi, is Sophia there, please?
Yes,
Do you get the Montreal Gazette at home?
yes,
Would you like to continue getting it?
yes,
You received the weekend paper on Saturday.
yes, you do.
All right, well, thank you so much. Sophia, it's Aaron Rand at CJD. Guess what?
Oh my God, I won.
You won the Taylor Swift tickets.
Yes, thank you.
Make an appointment to listen. Aaron Rand, Monday afternoon, 3 to 7. This is the Best of the Comedy Show on News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
Why, all the world is a hopeless jumble, and the raindrops tumble all around.
Because Sheriff's not here.
Heaven opens a magic lake.
Lane is the bus lane on the bridge.
There's a rain.
Sometimes it's coming straight at you. And that's when you realize the guy to your right won't let you in, and you end up doing yourself. And now you don't care what happens as long as there's water to cleanse you. I'm looking for a bidet in my car. What is this? Oh, it is? Why am I making fun of it then? You tell me that. I really didn't think it was. I thought this was the past of like something. That's you're a nice boy. I'm dealing. That's what you got. You never expect this out. I've seen that guy in Criminal Minds. That's not home. This is a very different side. Just for those parents. Here's Bob Marley.
I've been traveling a little bit lately. Went to Honolulu recently. That's a Hawaiian word. Means don't bring your wife and kids. Car seat, a stroller, 5 suitcases, Dora the Explorer backpack. Got this plane, I'm sweating, I'm barely moving. Guys, I got to Honolulu. Can I help you? What do you think? Garrett, grab some. Let's get going. Garrett, baby, that's old school. You don't even know who he is, do you? You do, man. High five. Yeah, Garrett. It's the greatest state in the world, Hawaii. You know, it really is. It's awesome. If you haven't been, you got to go check it out. Where you get off the plane is so stress-free. The music. All the luggage, and I just dropped it, and I was like, the corner with the bikini on, and she's shaking it, walking at her. I don't know if she walks and like shakes it. She's like a stripper with epilepsy or something. Puts that little lay around my neck and then kisses me. I'm like, no other state greets you like this, do they? I mean, let's face it. What we had to do that here in Maine. Like, what if we had to greet people in Maine? Let's say, for instance, you're going to the I think we all know it'd be a little bit different, wouldn't it? You got off the plane, the music would be different, wouldn't it? I fell into a burning ring of fire. I think, you know, put a compass around your neck. You want to kiss you, but the last second she slips you the tongue, you feel her only too. You feel her too. She throws you a potato and kicks your ass in the woods. What if you did red sky, you know? Let's get it going. So before I go up there, my wife's like, well, I bought you some bathing suits. Does anybody get married now? Yeah, I'm confused about it, aren't you? This guy was like, yeah, whatever. When you're the guy, you don't even know who you are until you get married. I've been married so long, I don't even know what's going on. I didn't even question her. What did she say? I go, oh, okay, Mike, thank you. Thank you, Mike, thank you very much. Tells me what to wear, tells me what to eat, tells me what time to go to bed, tells me what we're doing on the weekend. Half of you guys are here, you don't even want to be here now, you don't even know what you're wearing, you don't know what you're watching right now. Your wife's up laughing, you look at her and you go, you got it, right? Yeah. And those are the smart ones, the dumbasses, the guys that argue with the wife. Those are the dumb guys. You're not going to win, you freaking morons. I'm not declaring this for you at TJ Maxx. Go try it out. So I'm watching the Red Sox game. All of a sudden, I'm doing a little spring fashion show for the wife. I go in the bathroom and try this friggin' bathing suit on. I don't know who she thinks I am. David Hasselhoff or something. I stumbled into this thing. I barely got that son of a bitch up over my... And I got a little flat bolo hanging over the top of it. I don't know what went wrong because I look good all winter. I've been checking myself out in the mirror. You know how we do. You do that, buddy? You ever take it? I'm so dirty. Look at me. I'm such a dirty boy. You know you check yourself, but you look at the fun wagon every day. Bounce it up and down. Try to pump the jam. Pump it up. A little bit more. little kind of girl. You dance around the whole damn room. When she ain't looking, you're in the bathroom dancing around. Everybody's working for the weekend. Sometimes you probably do a slow song too. Angel, angel. You gotta check yourself out naked. You do it, don't you, buddy? Come on, everybody does. I found that I look really good in certain positions when I'm naked. For instance, if I hold this arm up like this, it looks way bigger than it normally does. Yeah. And this arm up like this, if I put this leg back and hold my torso up, I look ripped. People are like, what's up, what's up? I think you can tell what's up. I'm bringing ripped over there. Look at me. Why are you walking like that? Because you don't know what it's like to be ripped. You would walk like this too if you were as ripped as I am. She looks at me. Coming around the corner with this suit, it probably looked like a piece of chewed Wrigley stuffed into a little sandwich bag or something. I don't even know what I look like. She takes a look at me like she's gonna throw up. She looks at me, she goes, ugh, the hell is that? You picked me, we sleep together, we're married. I think every guy in this room knows that you can never get away with doing that to the wife or the girlfriend, right? Holy jeez, no way now. And then you came around the corner and you're like, holy. I just squeezed your fucking in and everything, now I want to learn that. Is it just me or does your ass look like a golf ball, Jesus? I think we all know we'll be in the truck ready to move out, right? Oh, lady, that's right. But it's fine for her to do it, right? She's like, I don't give her, right? When I see stuff I should be pointing out. Like, for instance, when she has a little extra hair on the top lip. I don't point that out, do I? I get a few pounds. I got friggin' Wyatt up giving me over here. Ladies, I just want to talk to you for a second. Just for ladies. About facial hair. So I check that out. Keep a close eye on that. Morning, noon, and night, and twice in the afternoon. Once right now, damn it. Check it right now. We don't give it. We love you. We marry you. We'll grow old and fat together. We don't care what you're wearing. If you're missing teeth, we don't give it. But facial hair is a big ass turn on. You see a woman with facial hair, that'll make a freight train take a dirt road, ain't it? Yeah. That's a little PSA for the boys. Little public service. Guys, come on now. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen her. In the bar, you'll be talking to some girl in the bar, you get a little bit closer. She's got that one dangling up her chin halfway to her ankles. She's like, oh, really? Hey, can you guys buy me another margarita? I'm like, sure, well, as soon as I just rip that off your chin, sister. You jump some rope with that thing, you whack it up.
Mr. Bob Martin. There he is. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, another Just for Laughs fave. But also, he's going to grace your radio right after this.
You know how when you have two people working on something, it should take half the time, right? Well, apparently, Silver Star Mercedes-Benz is the first dealership in Canada to figure this one out. They set up an express service center where two technicians work on your car at the same time for the same price. No more waiting 3 or even 4 hours for a tire change. Just sit back in their beautiful lounge. Before you know it, you're done. It takes some pretty smart people to think of good, simple ideas like that. People like Silver Star.
Addiction hurts families. If you or your loved one is struggling with alcohol or drug problems, start the process of healing today. 360 DTX is a private center with comprehensive care for addiction. Find out more at 360DTX.com.
Retirement? Retirement? That's for my parents.
Retirement? Retirement can wait. My mortgage needs to be paid.
Retirement? It's only 10 years away. Retirement?
Retirement is here. I'm not ready.
At the Gary Simpson and Associates, we believe that by providing simple solutions to our clients' financial goals, we can better prepare them for the future. To learn more, visit us at myplanning.ca. That's myplanning.ca.
Do you hear this sound often? Don't let tickets from impaired driving, talking, or texting ruin your life. Call Ticket 911 and get those tickets dismissed or reduced. This is former prosecutor Abby Levy. My team of legal professionals can help rid you of any general criminal matters or tickets that you don't deserve. Visit ticket911.ca now or call 514-700-0303. That's 514-700-0303. Ticket911.ca.
What do women want? If it goes around her finger, wrist, or neck, it's at Mador Jewelers, and she wants it. Mador's jewelry is exquisite, and the prices are excellent, as there are no middlemen. Mador has showcases of beautiful pieces. If you're unsure, one of Mador's designers will be happy to help. Basically, they can craft anything you want. Remember, she wants jewelry, not a toaster. Mador Jewelers, 1255 University, Suite 1505, 514-875-7960. At Mador, what goes around comes around.
Are you faced with planning a funeral but aren't sure where to begin?
This is Bridget Federley. Canaan Federley Funeral Home is the area's only provider of loving farewells, a unique style of services to help families say goodbye to their loved one, celebrating their life, and providing a healing event for family and friends.
If you are faced with planning a funeral, begin by learning about the 7 elements of a loving farewell at lovingfarewells.ca. Canaan Federley Funeral Home. Unique farewells for unique lives.
I'm Julie Samuel, co-founder of Comfort Keepers Quebec. I consider myself very lucky to watch some of our clients not just getting by, but thriving in their own homes because of the care we provide. I believe I have the best job in the world, allowing families to have relief and security by staying in the comfort of their own home. And our Comfort Keepers are the next best thing to family. Comfort Keepers provides a variety of in-home care support with 11 locations here in Quebec. Go to comfortkeepers.ca for the one nearest you.
Why should I buy wood windows for my house? Now, there's a question I get asked a lot. Hi, I'm Marty Cooper of Martin Industries. Unlike PVC windows, which are usually bright white, you can paint or stain the interior of wood windows any color, and that's really what works. You don't have to want the look of wood. We're almost out of time. Why don't we just get right into it before we say goodnight? Here's a little Godfrey. 700-foot ceiling. Where do you buy drapes for that? You know what I'm talking about? Like the Abbey where people duck. I don't know why people duck. When it's cold, oh shit. Like there's heat in this area somewhere. Everybody duck down. There's heat right here. Exactly. I do the same thing. There's heat right in this area. You know what angry call them talking? Huh? You walking down the street. You gotta wait at a light. Some of you had to do that today, didn't you? You waited like that light's taking a little too long. I'm just gonna get hit by a car. I'm dead, but I'm warm. You know what I'm saying? Or the kind of cold. Oh, this is the best. Kind of cold. Where your shoelace unties. Oh yeah. I'm not tying that damn shoe. I'm just gonna watch this drink and hope I don't bust my ass. Did you ever try to tie your shoe? You go, oh, let me just do this. Oh no, all of a sudden, the wind turned into a penis, and now you're getting angry. Tie that shoe, hurry up and tie that shoe. Tie that shoe. People that are laughing, they've been answering by the way, they know what I'm talking about. homeless are going home. You notice what it's called? Where are the homeless?
You got a place that is too cold going home. It's good.
And then the homeless person doesn't ask you, you're like, are you serious? You really asking me to live?
We're gonna talk about that voice a little bit.
Really? You want me to pull my hand out of my pocket? You have 17 coats on. I have one. I thought you were coming for me, coat. You bitch. I'm homeless. Come on, where's the right to something I do? I got my mental coming, man. It's serious, man. My monthly is serious. I want a New York mental card to live it up on here. It's serious. I could lose my business. I could lose my other credit card if you call it in. You can't call in Metro. All you think about is that homeless dude that stole your shit. You don't have a grab, but a pull grab, you just grab onto someone's face. When they're cool with it, you gotta do what you gotta do, brother. You don't want to suck on your finger while you're at it. What, it didn't happen to you? I haven't. Man, I hate that. All people like to come, they like to come right at that time. The rush hour time. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Especially the ladies, though. You know. And they like to tell you what they have to. I have to go there. Yeah. See that? That's like a bitch, you hear that? It's bum repellent. They can't take the decibel. Listen, I'm gonna open up a homeless haunted house. Oh yeah, that's gonna be some new levels for Halloween. The lights will be on. Just homeless people coming at you. You got a fucking You get somebody to almost do like a handshake. Whoa. Watch out for pitfalls. Now, watch out for dry hoppers. That's it for us tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow. Until then, I would like to thank Esteban Martins for my shenanigans in, out of the studio. And I thank you all for listening, because without you, I'm talking to myself, and I do that for free. So thank you for letting me do that and make 50 cents. Good night, everybody.
This is the Best of the Comedy Show on News Talk Radio, CJAD.
I know what you're thinking. This is exactly what the inside of a Hannah Gadsby babushka doll would look like. I've been coming to Australia for a little while now, and I have a song about one of my experiences. So here we go. Here's a little story about an Australian cafe. I ordered a glass of water, but instead of just saying okay, the waiter said, "No worries, Sam," which I guess was polite. It's my notes and there's the ears. It didn't sound quite right. I mean, it's just a glass of water. I'm not worried about it. Really. I think maybe they just bring in water, but you don't need to project onto me either having a mental process about the glass of water, because I'm not concerned. I'm not even thinking about the concept of worry. But you can trace it out right now. When I was starting to think, what would I have to worry about? And then I started to think of all the things that could go wrong as you been trying to. What if you spit in the water? What if it's poison disease? And if you plan to do something weird, clarity my taxes and the feds come after me? What if when I was eating I destroyed my short what if I'm diagnosed? What if when I'm having sex I make noise with my grandmother's ghost? I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry. You're welcome. You crazy old bat. What if when it's time? What if despite the fact that I'm a moderately successful comedian and I have a lot of friends and I'm in healthy relationships, what if I never overcome the psychological damage I experienced in childhood? Not that I'm blaming my parents. I mean, they come from their own dysfunctional backgrounds and they just did the gosh darn best they could, okay? With the crappy hand that life dealt to them. But what if I always stay afraid and I label myself and my feelings as somehow wrong? Well, assuming that everyone else in the world is somehow right. So that even though my heart yearns for something deeper, my connections with other people ultimately feel kind of superficial because I when the waiter comes, he arrives in a flurry. He says, sorry that I took so long. I say, hey man, no worries.
Got some feedback for Joey? Text 514-800.
Follow the only road. Follow the only road. To go anywhere in Canada, you just follow the only road. I just wanted to make sure you heard the fantastic news. South Park has landed on Crave TV. What's this? This is a kind of show. All 18 seasons. Only on Crave TV. That's what it's trending. South Park. A wonderful day for Canada and that one across the ground. All you want on Crave TV. Subscribe.
You're listening to the voice of Montreal, News Talk Radio, CJAD 800, a division of Bell Media.
Good morning, it's 12 o'clock. I'm Zach Rath. It's out there right now. It's 23 degrees downtown. We'll have a full weather report coming up after the news. Here's what's making news right now. Prime Minister Harper speaks up on Canada's hurting economy. The big day in Oka yesterday, 25 years after the Oka crisis began. And the Montreal Impact got one in the win column last night at home. For the CJAD 800 Traffic Center, here's Chris Reiser.
Here's some of your overnight road closures in and around Montreal. The Jacques Cartier closed completely until midnight tonight due to the fireworks demonstration. The ramp from the Ville-Marie West for the 20 westbound closed until Monday at 5 a.m. The ramp from the Ville-Marie West for the 15 south is closed until Monday at 5. And the ramp from the 138 westbound for the 138.
Hey, I'm Bob and I like to make stuff. Today I'm going to show you how to make a bookcase that's also a secret door.
The new season of Wahlburgers premieres Wednesday, July 15th at 9:30 p.m. on A&E. Traffic and Transit only on CJAD 800.
In the news, Prime Minister Harper says the government will react with strong fiscal discipline to the downturn in the Canadian economy.
Prime Minister Harper says Canada's ill economic fortunes of late are due to a downturn in the global economy. Harper, who was in the Toronto area this weekend, says economic troubles in Europe, China, and the U.S. are having an effect on Canada. But Harper says most experts are confident Canada will weather the turmoil.
As long as we stay on a plan for low taxes, balanced budget, and low debt, this country is going to continue growing.
Concerns about the economy have grown since recent Statistics Canada figures showed the economy contracted in April, marking the fourth straight monthly decline. Steve Fairbairn, the Canadian Press, Toronto.
Events were held yesterday to commemorate the 25-year anniversary of the beginning of the Oka crisis. In the Mohawk community of Ganasindage, residents marched along some of the roads that were blockaded in 1990 to protest the expansion of a golf course. The standoff between the Mohawk warriors and the Army and provincial police lasted 78 days and resulted in the death of a police corporal. Mohawk community member John Cree says the issue of unsurrendered land, which was at the origin of the crisis, will not go away. He says much of the land surrounding the town of Oka is Mohawk territory.
That's why we're marching today. Not to show off, but to say, hey, you owe us. This is our land. We don't have to claim it. You don't claim something that's not yours, that's yours.
Today's events also included speeches commemorating the incidents of 1990. Family of Samantha Higgins still with no reprieve. They're waiting for answers after the 22-year-old Higgins was found dead in Hinchinbrook this past Thursday. Many were close with the LaSalle mother spent today tearing down missing posters that were put up throughout the area. Sciences du Québec have no news about any suspects. There have been 2 official GoFundMe campaigns set up to help the Higgins family. So far, almost $3,000 has been raised. Higgins had a 4-year-old child and a 3-month-old baby and was recently engaged. Harper Lee's new novel offers an unexpected and startling take on a famous literary hero.
In Ghost and a Watchman, Atticus, the lawyer who famously defended a black man, is hostile to the growing civil rights movement. Watchmen is set in the 1950s, 2 decades after Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. In one dramatic exchange, Atticus tells his now adult daughter Scout that blacks are too backward to share in the responsibilities of citizenship. Watchmen was actually written before Mockingbird, but Lee's editor liked the flashbacks of Scout's childhood and persuaded Lee to write the novel that went on to become a classic. Watchmen will be published Tuesday. I'm Violet Ikonomova.
In sports, Canada leading the medal count at the Pan Am Games, a total of 4 golds, 2 silver, and 2 bronze so far. Michelle Russell, Emily Fournel, Casey Fraser, and Hannah Vaughn won gold in the 500-meter kayak, Canada's first medal of the Games. Fraser says having friends and family in the stands made all the difference.
Today was like a really special occasion. There was more family, more everybody. Everybody's here to watch what we do, and it's great.
The Montreal Impact won 3-0 over the Columbus Crew last night at Saputo Stadium. Dominic Oduro scored a pair of goals, Marco Donadel with the other. Montreal plays again next Saturday in Kansas City. You can catch all the action live on TSN 690. Send tips and photos to your story at cjd.com. For the Dormevu Weather Center, partly cloudy overnight, a 30% chance of showers and winds to 40, we'll have a low of 20. Sunny later on this morning, a mix of sun and clouds, another 30% chance of rain later in the afternoon, high of 30, UV index of 8. And the sun back on Monday, high 32. Right now, clear and 23 downtown, feeling more like 28 though with that humidity. I'm Zach Rath. Next update at 1 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens, News Talk Radio, CJD 800.
If Aaron Rand isn't part of your routine, why not? The news and traffic you need. Great interviews.
NBC takes over Canada, turn the lights out. That would be horrible. No disrespect.
No disrespect, but it would be the worst thing that you could imagine possibly would happen.
It would take us back into Stone Age.
And a little fun.
Hi, is Sophia there, please?
Yes.
Do you get the Montreal Gazette at home?
Yes.
Would you like to continue getting it?
Yes.
You received the weekend paper on Saturday.
Yes, we do.
All right, well, thank you so much. Sophia, it's Aaron Rand at CJD. Guess what?
Oh my gosh, I won!
You won the Taylor Swift tickets.
Yes, thank you.
Make an appointment to listen. Aaron Rand, tomorrow afternoon, 3 to 7.
The freshest fish and seafood, superb salads, and friendly service have made La Sirène de la Mer Montreal's top spot for authentic Mediterranean dining for over 20 years. La Sirène de la Mer, now beautifully renovated, 114 Dresden at Jean Talon West in TMR. Online at sirendelamere.com.
Fed up with high cooling and heating bills? Well, a call to Electrowade can change everything, but you need to act fast. Quebec tax credits and rebates to get off oil are coming to an end. Ask Electrowade if Buy Energy is right for your home and save up to half of your total energy bill. Half. Dave Lennox makes the product. Electrowade makes the difference. 514-333-7460 and electrowade.ca.
Listening to Art Bell, Somewhere in Time. Tonight featuring Coast to Coast AM from August 22nd, 1996.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to be here. I'm Art Bell, and this is Coast to Coast AM live on screen talk radio. It's wild. Whatever direction it goes, is fair game. Here we go. West of the Rockies and on the air. Good morning.
Morning, Art.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Roswell.
Roswell, New Mexico.
No, Roswell in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
I wanted to talk about the drug issue here because I went through that. But first, I think basically, I think we're looking for the solutions in all the wrong places. Gary, they talk about we have this drug education introduction law, this and that, and all these things. But, Gary Busey, he was on the show the other day, and he said that drug addiction or drug use is just a way to fill a spiritual void in our lives. And it seems, I think the biggest tragedy of the last 40 years is when we took prayer and Bible out of school in about 1961. I mean, you look at it right after that, Vietnam, the Kennedy assassination. We went downhill from that point on, and this whole idea of
not entirely with respect to drugs. We went downhill then, you are correct. But then things began to get a whole lot better. People seemed to realize what drugs were doing. The usage of drugs dropped sharply. I mean, very sharply. And so how would you account for that?
Well, we had a spiritual leader in the White House by the name of Ronald Reagan, who is I don't know if most people know, he's a very religious, very God-fearing man.
Yes, he was. I don't know that Ronald Reagan was the replacement for parent school, though.
No, that too, and kids and parents teaching their kids the basics and abdicating responsibility. I agree with that. Also, it is a number of factors, but I still say the key factor is spiritual because I was a total pothead in high school. I mean, I smoked pot. I was half of high school was a cloud for me. But one day I said yes to Jesus Christ. I never smoked another joint in my life. Had no desire to. Never wanted to. So, we can sit here and talk about all these things. I'm telling you what worked for me. And, God just does something for you that I can't explain, but he can help you through all kinds of things. It doesn't matter what the temptation is, and sometimes you just got to, even if you don't know God, just ask God for help. And it's amazing what can happen.
All right, sir. I appreciate the perspective. And I am absolutely certain that for many of the faith, it does work. However, again, I would argue that even after the prayer came out of the schools, just with the School of Hard Knocks, just with the reality of what drugs were doing, a lot of people could see it. They went through it. They saw it. They said, the hell with this. They stopped doing it. Demand dropped. And for a long time, people weren't doing drugs this way. And now, all of a sudden, just like then, we're right back where we started from, like Maxine said. We are. We're right back where we started from. I mean, here it is, 30 years ago, again. There's no genetic memory. This is something that has to be learned and relearned and relearned and relearned again and again and again. Forget the law business for a minute. Forget the laws. You know what drugs do to people. Do we have to see it again and again and again and go through this cycle forever? First time caller line, you're on the air. Hi.
Good morning, Art Bill. This is David Honolulu Boy.
Yes, sir.
Well, here lately, we've had, even the police have reported, we've had a lot of Mexicans moving in. Drug use has gone up rampantly, and we now have gangs all over, really, really bad. And the freeway signs look like they did, it looked like they do in Los Angeles. We never had that before. The last 18 months or 24 months, it's unbelievable, the graffiti that's showing up all over the beautiful island.
Well, I guess Hawaii is not by itself. It's perhaps lagging a little bit, but here in the continental U.S., it's even worse.
Yeah, I know. When I go to Los Angeles or San Diego or just about any big city, it's just unbelievable. I think what we might have to do is legalize some of the lesser drugs like marijuana, and we have to start cracking down on these gangs. And whether we like a particular brand of religion or not, it does have an effect of helping people.
Sure it does, but you can't mandate that.
No, but we could put prayer back in the schools. I mean, we put condoms in the school. I don't really see, I don't go to church myself, so, and I do believe in God, but I don't believe in some of this far out religion, some of the But what I'm saying is that I don't really see that prayer hurts. I mean, we've got guns in schools and condoms. Why can't we have
prayer?
The Bible? Yeah.
No, it's a good argument. It's a good argument.
I'm sorry, sir?
No, we've got a little delay here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I noticed reading Bill Gates' book, The Road Ahead, he's mentioning or indicating in there that we're going to have cameras pretty soon under every street light. If you're on some of our streets, Coffee Line, Boulevard, Klein, on the Old some of these big streets, the Nemeth Highway, we already have cameras. And a lot of the big businesses and new buildings that have gone up, big high rises, they have charge couple device cameras, very tiny cameras the size of your fingernail that you can't see.
Sure.
And we are getting into a society where we don't trust each other, where drugs are rampant, where games are rampant, and we're watching each other. And pretty soon, all of our...
But we're not paranoid. We have good reason to be doing that.
But we are going to be paranoid because pretty soon, just like the animals out of the savannah that have to keep their head on the swivel all the time looking for the other beast, the lions or whatever that's going to eat you, we're doing the same thing with the criminals, and then pretty soon we're doing the same thing with the government agencies watching us, the federal, state, local, all types of agencies. And it's either some drive-by shooting, we're starting to have drive-by shootings here that we've never had before, hostage situations that we've never had before.
Yes, it's something, thank you. It's something I call the quickening. And it's real. I will say this to you, in a lot of European cities, they do have cameras on the street. It's an accepted thing. I mean, they're all over the place. Do we want that here? Do I want that? No. Might it help? It might. I don't know. It's kind of sad to have to be considering such a thing, isn't it? I don't think there's any going back. I don't want to be a doomsayer, though I guess I am in this regard. I have been of the opinion for some time that we have passed the point of no return socially and degeneration socially, economically, politically, that we are past the point of no return. Like the old movie, it's really one of my favorite analogies, High and Mighty. We've passed the point of no return, like that airplane going across the Pacific. There comes a point where you only have enough fuel to go on to whatever destination you've got. So if something goes wrong, you're not going back. There is no going back. That doesn't mean the airplane's going to go into the ocean, but it means it's either going across the Pacific or it is going into the ocean. And I think that's where this nation is. Again, I don't want to be a doomsayer, and it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. But it does mean there's going to be a change. And I think we've passed that point of no return. What do you think?
A Montreal tradition for over 30 years.
The CJAD Trivia Show.
Sunday mornings, 9 to noon.
With Dave Fisher and me, Dan Laxer.
It's just like trivia night at your local pub.
Except that we're the only ones drinking.
Tales from the Mover. Hi, I'm Paul Giorgiano, and I am Meldrum the Mover. Moving to the States, we are cross-border specialists. Customs rules, border regulations, and the logistics of getting your home packed up safely, moved, and settled again is what we've done best for over 80 years. With care, on time, and with a smile. Give us a call. Take it away, girls.
Call 514-481-1122. Meldrum the Mover.
Get an all-wood kitchen for less than half the retail price. Yes, Kitchen Wholesalers is now offering all-wood kitchens starting from only $2,900. It's like a dream come true. Visit kitchenwholesalers.ca or their showroom at 3479 Kovetsu.
Remember when you were little and your mom could do anything? No one could make your favorite meal, be able to see you score the winning goal, or be able to solve any homework question. And now it's your turn to give her a hand. Don't just send anyone to your mom's house. Call Comfort Keepers because Comfort Keepers is the next best thing to family.
Comfort Keepers provides support to keep your parents in the comfort of their own home, such as housekeeping, meal preparation, personal care, and transportation. With 11 offices across Quebec, call your local Comfort Keepers office today.
Why invest in Israel bonds? Consider a perfect record of repayment. Strong rates as high as 3.92%. Fully eligible for your self-directed RRSP, RRIF, and your tax-free savings account. Israel bonds are sold all year in Canada exclusively through Canada Israel Securities Limited. Invest in Israel bonds today. 3.92% is only available until July 14th. Call 514-482-0427. Current rates on all bonds are always online at israelbonds.ca.
The best talk around 24 hours a day. News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
Normal life. For 15 cents a day, you can wake up refreshed, knowing that last night's show is waiting for you with podcasting. Listen on your way to work, and again on your way home, or listen to one of over 1,000 archived shows from the past 5 years. As a member, you'll have access to our monthly live chat sessions with George Norrie and special guests. The Coast Insider Club is a must-have feature for all Coast to Coast AM listeners. Visit coasttocoastam.com to sign up today. You'll sleep like a baby, knowing you'll never miss your favorite guests or topics ever again. Remember, a 1-year subscription comes out to only 15 cents a day. Sign up today at coasttocoastam.com.
Looking for the truth? You'll find it on Coast to Coast AM.
You and I have talked about the possibility of some nation getting very close to the United States with portable missile launchers, and then, you launch a nuke into the atmosphere that detonates, and it's history for us technologically, isn't it?
Absolutely. Anybody that's involved in this issue, and why have we not been thinking about this? I hope we straighten it out before we have to take terrible problems.
Somewhere in Time with Art Bell continues, courtesy of Premier Networks.
All right, back to the unknown. First time caller line, you're on the air.
Hi, this is BJ, and I'm listening on the hot one.
KVEG 840.
There you go, neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Art, consider, if you will, that in 1960, the Surgeon General released his report on tobacco.
Yes.
Something like 77% of the adult population were regular users of tobacco.
That's right, yes.
Today, there are about 17%. Now, we've dealt with the tobacco issue as a health problem. And I think with that precedent, we would do well as a society. And someone who detests the fact that we are turning our policemen into nothing more than rescue agents. And the travesties going on with our Fourth Amendment as somebody who loves our liberty. I really think we need to deal with drugs in the sense that they're a health issue. They're not a criminal problem.
Well, why do we have laws against drugs? Now, why do we have?
Are you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
The decision was made incorrectly. It began back in the 30s when we decided that we were going to regulate that which hadn't been regulated, nor had the lack of regulation.
Well, I mean, we did that for a reason, right?
You tell me, I don't recall. I wasn't alive then, were you?
Well, no, I was born in 1945, but I know that the regulation was begun because there was rampant abuse going on. Rampant abuse, yeah. You could walk into a drugstore and you could buy cocaine. And it was beginning to get abused terribly. And it was causing lots of societal problems.
Actually, by the 30s, much like our experience in the 80s, the history of drugs in this country, the rampant use occurred at the turn of the century and what they call the gay 90s and the first decade of this century. By the 30s, drug use had curtailed back to the period of the 1870s, 1880s.
Look, wherever you look in the world, not just this country, look at China's experiment. Look at other countries that have allowed drug use. Inevitably, in every single case, they've had to turn around and go the other way and become terribly harsh, turn into a virtual police state with terrible penalties, in order to get control of it again. Name one place where it's worked.
Holland.
What works in Holland?
Back there liberalizing their drug laws.
No, actually, let me tell you, it's not true. It's going the other way now. Things have changed in Scandinavia and Europe. I was just there. I inquired. It's gone the other way. They've tightened up everything. There was a time you could walk into pharmacies and buy any damn thing you wanted to. No problem. No loss. All of that has changed in the last 2 years. Sorry.
Tell that to the Black Wax paper from New Orleans or the man in our community here who lost their life. Totally innocent. Tell that to the man in Malibu who lost his life.
You mean the drug raid? Yeah.
We cannot trust.
Citing a couple of aberrant, terrible things that occurred, don't make the argument to stop all laws against drugs. I mean, police make mistakes. All right? In the enforcement of all kinds of laws, they're human, they make mistakes. But citing a couple of aberrant things does not make a case for getting rid of laws.
Art, you want to stay on the side of the issue that has proven unworkable, and that is our war on drugs.
I didn't say I wanted
we have a precedent.
Right, I didn't say that I didn't want to change the way we're doing it, because I do.
I agree with you 100%. The use of drugs for recreational purposes in any form, including alcohol, will do some harm to you physically. Alcohol is not good for you. Either is tobacco, marijuana, cocaine, magic mushrooms, any of the things you want to name. I agree they're not good for you. I disagree vehemently with our approach to this issue as a criminal problem.
Well,
I think we need to deal with it as a health issue.
All right. Well, I appreciate your call, and I will reflect on what you said. It is a health issue, but it is also more than that. And the reason that it's a criminal issue is because we have decided as a society that rampant drug use will surely ruin our society. And our government probably has one legitimate charge, maybe two, that we could discuss. One is the common defense of our nation, and the other is the health and welfare.
Can you fix this for me,
of
please?
the people to which it
Put it
administers.
lower. Yes.
And I am convinced, let me repeat, I am convinced that cheap, legal drugs would lead to a quick, complete deterioration.
Not even good evening.
Of the health and
Hello, hi,
welfare
how
of
are
the
you?
people of this country.
How's your day?
The productivity of this country.
We are dealing with Richard.
C'est comme ça que je suis. Je vais pas me changer
No,
du jour au
but come
lendemain.
on, man. You never did that before.
Oui, but quand je écoutais comme ça avec toi, je faisais
Relax,
pas.
man.
I was always like that.
Relax, man. You come inside the house and you bring trauma to me.
Trauma.
You can't say good evening.
I never talk to you.
Of course you used to say good evening.
Yeah, I used to.
Well, what's your problem now? Don't deal with me like that. I never dealt with you like that, man. Good evening. Come, let me fix it for you now. And stop going so, Brechin. Not like that kind of attitude. Don't bring them kind of destruction to me.
It is that strong a habit. It is that addicting. Now, if women will do that to get more cocaine, imagine what they would do and how they would consume if all the limits were lifted. If the price fell, the availability rose, society's rules, laws, and mores were changed so that virtually it was said to be okay. What do you think would happen? What do you think would happen to our society? So why do we have laws against it? Society has them to protect society, to protect the process of civilization. And as I just said, you look around the world a little bit, and for example, in Europe now, Scandinavia, you will find drug laws have recently, within the last couple of years, tightened. Why? Because there was rampant abuse going on. That's why. Wildcard Line, you're on the air. Hello.
All I can say is if you can't put down the cigarettes, Yeah, face yourself, because that's the biggest case of denial I've ever heard in my life. When they make those illegal.
I don't deny it, sir. Sir, I don't deny it. I'm
Well,
utterly,
isn't there stuff that-
utterly, absolutely hooked on cigarettes. And
Yeah, why aren't they being made illegal then?
they're in the process of it.
No, they're keeping them out of the hands of kids. They're not doing anything but use smoking cigarettes.
They have put them on controlled substance list, and eventually, sir, that's going to lead to.
What are you going to do?
Obviously, no.
You're going to quit.
I guess I'm going to have to if it gets to that.
Well, there's not this way. Why don't you quit now? That's what you're saying.
I would love to. No, I'm admitting I'm not dealing out hypocrisy to you. I fully admit that I'm utterly, absolutely hooked, and I ain't happy about it at
You know
all.
that 60 times more people die from cigarette use than do all the illegal drugs combined every year.
And why is that? That's because of the wide availability. So many people using.
It's all about economics, if you really want to know.
All about economics?
Yes, this country thrives on cigarette tax and prison guilty.
Look, I've got a break coming up. If you want to continue this, you're going to have to hold on.
All right, I'll have to go.
All right, take care. I appreciate the argument, but you're dead wrong.
This is Premier Networks. That was Art Bell hosting Coast to Coast AM on this Somewhere in Time.
If Aaron Rand isn't part of your routine, why not? The news and traffic you need. Great interviews.
MVP takes over Canada, turn the lights out. That would be horrible. No disrespect.
No disrespect, but it would be the worst thing that you can imagine possibly would happen.
It would take us back into the Stone Ages.
And a little fun.
Hi, is Sophia there, please?
Yes,
Do you get the Montreal Gazette at home?
yes,
Would you like to continue getting it?
yes,
You received the weekend paper on Saturday.
yes, we do.
All right, well, thank you so much. Sophia, it's Aaron Rand at CJD. Guess what? You won the Taylor Swift tickets.
Make an appointment to listen. Aaron Rand, tomorrow afternoon, 3 to 7.
Hello, Montreal. Donnie Wallace for Budget Blinds. Cash in on our hot summer deals. 40% off with free installation. Let us bring the superstore to your door. Also available Budget Blinds commercial solutions for all your commercial needs. 514-344-8800.
The Gary Simpson and Associates, a family wealth management company, is committed to providing their clients with personalized and ongoing financial advice. In short, what they do is help people make prudent decisions with their finances. With their My Planning process, you can achieve much more than you think. To learn more and to get a free copy of their introductory kit, visit the Gary Simpson and Associates online at myplanning.ca. There's a better way to manage your finances. Be informed. To learn more about their My Planning process, visit the Gary Simpson and Associates online at myplanning.ca. That's myplanning.ca.
Call the home electricians. Electric Profit Company you trust.
John McKilligan, CEO of Electrica, your chief electrical officer, with a timely warning.
Pools, falls, and anything associated with water in your backyard, you have to protect it electrically safe. You know, when there's ever kids, water, there's no room for error when you're dealing with something like this. As we say, safety never sleeps.
Residential electrical. Electric Profit.
Click on Electrica with a K.ca.
The new BMW Canvas, awarded a 4.9 on 5 satisfaction rating according to Deal Rater, is now fully renovated and stocked with a superb selection of vehicles. Come and see them today. The new BMW Canvas, 4090 Chantal West.
Let's bagel. Let's MTL Bagel. The best bagel in Montreal means the best bagel in the world. So go ahead and try one and you'll agree MTL Bagel bakes the most delicious, soft, yummy bagels on the planet. With cream cheese, logs are hot out of the oven. Come in for the MTL Bagel Happy Hour Monday to Friday, 4 to 7. Just $5 a dozen for any flavor. MTL Bagel, the Master Bakers. 5452 Westminster, just south of Côte Saint-Grove.
Did you know that a great number of Quebecers suffer from back pain, which when left untreated results in a loss of quality of life? The Quebec Association of Chiropractors invites you to learn more by visiting the association's website at thebackdoctorshow.com, where you can find the chiropractor closest to you. Be well informed, avoid injury, and live your life to the fullest. You're in good hands with a chiropractic doctor.
Attention menswear shoppers, Lachance Liquidator has been mandated to liquidate Mondo Uomo's entire inventory of menswear. Everything must go. Millions of dollars worth of top quality designer menswear must be sold at below cost now. Take full advantage for your business look. Get a leather jacket regular $750, now $199. Raincoats regular $395, just $79. Take advantage of Mondo Uomo's clothing sale before it ends. 4 stores near you. Find yours at MondoUomo.ca.
Take the part with the pepper. The red stuff on top is pepper, so take the part with the pepper.
From the red-headed girl. If you call us, Charlie can finally be happy. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Online at 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Tony Shoes in Miami or summer sale is now on and prices are
Say what?
Shop from your favorite brands, sizes big and small, narrow and wide for the entire family. Now reduced up to 70%. Tony Shoes summer sale on Green Avenue Westbound. Open 7 days a week at TonyShoes.com.
The mission is simple. Stimulating talk around the clock. News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
Now, we'll take you back to the past on Art Bell Somewhere in Time.
Check this out. Art, expecting Bill to shut down drugs is like expecting George to shut down oil. The gangs were given the green light years ago. They blossomed into proselytizing drug distribution armies of young people. Our government supporting our southern neighbor by absorbing their exports. The people controlling the Dems and Republicans don't want the problem to go away. They couldn't take care. Good to have you back. Well, I disagree with you. In the sense that, well, you're probably right. Bill has not been very active in the drug war front, has he? But that is not why we've got the big problem now. It's not. The problem is not the president. It's not the administration. It's a lack of memory. People today don't remember what drugs did. If they did, they wouldn't be doing them in these numbers. So it's a poor memory. It's a cycle. It's coming back. Human beings have always had the need to escape. And now that they can't remember what the consequences were, they're doing it again. It's simple. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, all right, this is Bob, Oklahoma City.
Hi, Bob.
Yeah, I work over there in Russia. I got a few points here about things you talked about tonight.
Okay.
Okay, I work over in Nizhny-Vartov, just east of the old river, about halfway across Russia. And about 6 months ago, they stopped the truck out there, the police did. It was full of shoulder-fired Stinger missiles from Afghanistan on the way to Moscow.
Not surprised.
And the Russians are still producing nuclear submarines. Last year, the British Navy turned back 3 of them. They sold 2 of them to Colonel Gaddafi there in Libya, and one to Hussein. And the UN forced them back in the ports. They weren't armed with nuclear weapons, but they were nuclear submarines. And I think that the shootout was probably the Russian mafia just trying to prove a point that they could do it, because nobody's claiming credit for it. It's kind of like, we can do this, and everybody said, yeah, right. They said, well, we'll show you. We'll give you one free, and the next one's going to cost you.
Well, anything's possible. The Russians team wouldn't have been my first choice. However, it may well be that the Russian mafia could have sold a weapon of this sort to somebody who wanted to do something like that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with the Chechnya deal. The Muslim fanatics are really having a big impact on the underground there in Russia. It's really getting weird. Well, you were there. That Charlie Liberal, when he calls up, y'all going there. You've been to the end result of his liberal ideas. You've been to Russia. That's what it all leads to, the socialism.
Well, and it didn't work. I will meet up with him next time. I think I did mention that his name was the only thing I saw actually scratched there on the Kremlin wall. Half in jest. Yeah, it didn't work, of course, and now they're in the pains, and I can't even tell you whether they're going to make it. I tend to think not. I can hope that I'm wrong, but I think not. I don't think they're going to make the transition. They're too far gone. We'll see. We'll see. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Art Bell, you're back.
That's true.
Hey, I heard on the news earlier today that the bombing was discovered about 2 weeks ago, and they kept it quiet until today. Have you heard that?
No, but it's certainly possible.
Well, why would they do that? I mean, what? Because of the Republican convention, they didn't want it to come out where they could get any anti-Clinton publicity.
I don't know how what they've announced today would add up to anti-Clinton publicity. How would it do that, at least at this stage of the game?
Well, they might get the blame during a convention speech or something.
Okay, well, describe to me how, based on what we now know, you would blame this on Clinton.
Well, maybe all of what they know hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
Maybe, but that isn't my answer. You said so that because it would damage Clinton. So let's say we know that it was a bomb or a missile, which we seem to now. How would that damage Clinton?
I mean, you can't do.
What time she's coming in? She's landing. Excuse me?
The failure of the FAA to take safety precautions against the bombers, which is true.
So I don't have time to eat. I mean, you think me eat already? Then me not always eat with you. Oh, you're going so selfish. Yeah, something wrong with you, you know.
The searching some baggage, the checking in procedures at the airport. The 3 years ago, we were promised they would have the
just as